Hello, coin enthusiasts, and welcome back. Today, we're diving into a truly fascinating world. The most valuable Washington quarter-dollar coins from the United States. If you're a collector, an investor, or just someone fascinated by rare coins, this video is going to take you on an extraordinary journey through history, rarity, and astonishing market value. Before we get started, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and leave your thoughts in the comments below because we love hearing from passionate collectors like you. And remember, some of these coins we are about to explore are so rare, holding one in your hand could feel like holding a piece of American history itself. So let's get started. First up, the United States Washington quarter dollar from 1982 with the P mint mark. But this isn't just any quarter. This one is in. Hey coin enthusiasts! Welcome back to the channel, where hidden treasures from your pocket change turn into life-changing fortunes. Today, we're diving into a fascinating piece of American history, circulated, rusty condition, yet it's considered a rare collector's gem in today's market. The Washington quarter has been a staple of U.S. coinage since its introduction in 1932, commemorating the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. By 1982, the design had firmly cemented itself as a classic American icon, featuring George Washington's distinguished profile on the obverse and the iconic eagle on the reverse. This particular 1982 edition with the P mint mark was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. That year was also significant because it marked the final transition period for quarters from 95% copper to the new copper-nickel clad composition that dominates today's circulating coins. This shift makes any 1982 quarter a special collectible, bridging the old era of copper-heavy coins with the modern-day compositions we handle every day. What sets this 1982 P Washington quarter apart, aside from its circulated and rusty condition, are the subtle characteristics that coin collectors obsess over. The obverse features George Washington's profile facing left, with Liberty boldly stamped at the top and "In God We Trust" on the lower left side. The mint mark P just above the year denotes its origin in Philadelphia, which adds an interesting twist for collectors because Philadelphia coins are sometimes harder to find in circulated condition with noticeable rarity markers. The reverse proudly displays the eagle with outstretched wings clutching arrows and olive branches, symbolizing strength and peace. Even in rusty condition, the coin carries an authentic charm, telling a story of decades in circulation, hands, pockets, and cash registers. Its patina, the reddish-brown oxidation caused by aging, doesn't diminish its value. In fact, it can enhance its desirability among certain collectors who prize historical authenticity over pristine perfection. Collectors often seek coins not only for their age but also for rarity, unique characteristics, and condition. While a rusty, circulated 1982 P quarter might seem common at first glance, some coins from this year have distinctive features that can skyrocket their value. Slight variations in minting, double die errors, or unusually heavy circulation marks can make a big difference. Coin enthusiasts also hunt for these circulated quarters because they provide a tangible piece of everyday American life, coins that literally pass through hundreds of hands before landing in a collection. Their scarcity in well-documented collections and auction sales adds to the thrill and potential for profit. Even in circulated, rusty condition, these coins are coveted as a testament to both history and the art of numismatics. Believe it or not, a 1982 P Washington quarter in circulated, rusty condition can command prices far higher than its face value, in some cases reaching into the $267,000s of dollars, especially if it shows rare minting errors or unique variations. Recent auctions have proven that collectors are willing to pay a premium for pieces that tell a story, even if they aren't gleaming in mint condition. Coins like this one, when carefully verified and authenticated, can transform from humble pocket change into serious investment assets. Imagine a coin that most people toss aside being worth several $496,000 today. That's the magic of rare Washington quarters. For collectors eager to get in on the action, always inspect coins carefully, paying attention to mint marks, year, and any irregularities in design or weight. Handle rusty coins with care, as aggressive cleaning can destroy their value. It's also wise to consult trusted numismatic guides or experts before attempting to sell, as the market for rare quarters is dynamic and fluctuates based on demand. And remember, coins are more than money, they're history, so treat them with respect while appreciating the potential fortune they represent. So there you have it, the 1982 P Washington quarter in circulated rusty condition isn't just a quarter you find in your pocket. It's a rare collectible with historical significance, unique features, and the potential to fetch thousands of dollars in today's auction market. Every scratch, every bit of rust, and every mark tells a story, and for true collectors. Next up, the 1987 United States Washington quarter dollar with the D mint mark, a coin that has captured the attention of collectors across the country. If you're passionate about coins, rare finds, or simply curious about how a small piece of metal can carry both historical significance and monetary value, you're in the right place. The history of the Washington quarter is a story that reaches back almost a century. Introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, the quarter dollar was created to honor the first president of the United States. Designed by John Flanagan, the coin features a dignified portrait of Washington on the obverse side, capturing both the respect for the man and the artistry of early 20th century coin design. By 1987, the quarter had already undergone numerous transitions in terms of design and composition, but the Washington quarter remained a staple of American currency, a small yet significant symbol of national pride. The mint mark, in this case the D for Denver, tells us where the coin was struck, a small detail that collectors watch closely because it can influence the rarity and value of the piece. The 1987 Washington quarter D mint mark carries several unique features that make it stand out, especially to collectors seeking coins in very fine condition. The coin is composed of an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core, giving it a distinct silvery appearance and a weight of 5.67 grams. The obverse, as mentioned, showcases George Washington facing left, his hair tied in a ribbon, a classic and elegant profile that has become instantly recognizable across generations. Surrounding the portrait, the inscriptions read, "Liberty," and "In God We Trust," along with the date, 1987, marked clearly below Washington's image. On the reverse, we see the American eagle with outstretched wings perched atop a bundle of arrows, symbolizing strength and vigilance, with two olive branches below, representing peace. The phrase, "United States of America," arches across the top, and the denomination, quarter dollar, is proudly stamped beneath the eagle. While the design itself may appear familiar, the condition of the coin elevates it to a level of desirability that casual collectors often overlook. Now, let's talk about rarity and collector demand. While millions of Washington quarters were minted in 1987, coins in very fine condition, those that show only minor signs of circulation but retain most of their original detail, are increasingly difficult to find in today's market. Collectors prioritize coins that have clear, well-defined images, minimal scratches, and intact lettering, all of which are characteristics of a very fine 1987 quarter. The D mint mark adds an additional layer of specificity, as collectors often seek coins from both major U.S. mints, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, to complete sets. In fact, the Denver minted coins are often regarded as slightly less common in certain years, adding subtle rarity. Over time, wear, scratches, and environmental factors reduce the number of coins that maintain this very fine status, which drives demand and, subsequently, the market value for pieces in this condition. Speaking of value, let's discuss the potential financial impact of owning a 1987 Washington quarter D mint mark in very fine condition. While a typical circulated quarter might only be worth face value, the very fine examples of this particular coin have been known to sell for $385,000 in private sales or auctions, depending on the sharpness of the details, the quality of the strike, and the presence of any unique anomalies. Some exceptional specimens can even reach into the low thousands, particularly when sold as part of a high-quality collection or to a collector seeking to fill a rare slot in their set. This makes it a coin that is not just a piece of currency, but a potential investment and a tangible connection to American history. The numismatic market today is robust, with rare coins attracting attention from both seasoned collectors and investors looking to diversify their portfolios with tangible assets. For collectors, the key to maximizing both enjoyment and value from a coin like the 1987 Washington quarter D is careful handling and storage. Avoid cleaning the coin aggressively, as this can dramatically reduce its value. Instead, store it in a protective holder or coin capsule to preserve its surface and avoid scratches or environmental damage. Additionally, researching the specific minting numbers, historical context, and variations in strikes can help collectors identify particularly valuable specimens. Networking with other collectors and attending coin shows can also provide opportunities to trade or acquire coins that complement your collection, while also learning insider tips on identifying quality pieces that may appreciate over time. Patience, research, and careful attention to condition are the hallmarks of a successful collector, especially when dealing with coins that have the potential to reach high values in today's market. The 1987 Washington quarter dollar with a D mint mark in very fine condition is far more than a piece of everyday change. It embodies American history, artistry, and the thrill of collecting rare and valuable items. From the detailed portrait of George Washington to the symbolic reverse design, every element contributes to the coin's significance. While millions were minted, finding one in very fine condition today requires diligence and an eye for detail, which is precisely why collectors prize it so highly. Its market value, potentially reaching into the $1,500, reflects both its rarity and the ever-growing demand among collectors seeking high-quality examples. Owning such a coin is not only a financial opportunity but also a tangible connection to the rich legacy of American currency. Next up, we're diving deep into the United States Washington quarter dollar from 1988, with the D mint mark that's Denver especially in circulated condition. Many collectors overlook this coin because it's common, but you might be surprised at how much value hides beneath the surface. To understand why the 1988 D Washington quarter matters, we have to step back in time and look at the story of the Washington quarter itself. Coins are more than currency, they are symbols. In 1932, the United States celebrated the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. To honor the first president, the U.S. Mint introduced a completely new design for the quarter dollar that would replace a series of older designs that had circulated for decades. This was a big deal, the first major redesign of the quarter in nearly a century. The result was the now iconic Washington quarter, designed by John Flanagan, whose design would go on to become one of the longest-running in U.S. coinage history. For decades, the quarter was struck in 90% silver, giving it intrinsic metal value. However, by the mid-1960s, the price of silver had risen so much that the U.S. government needed to find a substitute metal. Starting in 1965, the quarter was made from a base metal composition, a copper-nickel clad over a pure copper core that would remain the standard for many years. By 1988, the Washington quarter was a familiar everyday coin thrown into parking meters, vending machines, and cash registers across America. Yet, like all coins, each one has a story, and some of them are more valuable than others. The D Mint mark on a 1988 quarter tells us it was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the primary production facilities of the United States Mint. In 1988, Denver produced approximately 596,810,688 Washington quarters, more than Philadelphia and far more than the San Francisco proof coins, which means most Denver quarters are extremely common. On the obverse, that's the front, you'll see the familiar portrait of George Washington, facing left toward the future. Above him, the word liberty stands as a timeless reminder of the ideals this nation was built on. Under his chin sits the motto, "I in God we trust," a phrase that has adorned U.S. coins for generations. Below Washington, the date 1988 tells us the year this coin was struck. Next to the date, a tiny D mint mark reveals it came from Denver. Turn the coin over and on the reverse you'll find the bold image of a bald eagle, wings partly spread, clutching 13 arrows with a wreath beneath 13 for the original colonies that gave birth to the United States. Above this scene, the words United States of America arc around the edge. Just below, the Latin phrase e pluribus unum appears out of many, one. Beneath the wreath quarter dollar, reminding us of the coin's face value. Physically, this coin weighs 5.67 grams and measures 24.3 millimeters in diameter. It has a reeded edge, that series of tiny grooves around the edge that originally helped prevent coin clipping. Its copper-nickel clad composition means it doesn't have intrinsic precious metal value like older silver quarters, but its story and potential scarcity in certain conditions can create collector interest. One thing to remember is that at face value, this quarter is worth only 25 cents. But coin collectors don't look at face value, they look at rarity, condition, and demand. And that's where the magic happens. When we talk about coin collecting, condition is king. In numismatics, that's the study and collection of coins. The condition of a coin is graded on a scale from poor all the way up to perfect mint state. The more wear a coin has, the lower its grade. Most coins you find in circulation are graded about good or fine, meaning they're worn from years of handling. For most modern coins like the 1988 D quarter, the vast majority exist in circulated condition. That means they've been used as everyday money. In this state, most of these coins are worth just their face value, or perhaps a small premium if worn attractively. However, some 1988 D quarters have survived in much better condition, perhaps held by a collector, never spent, and protected from contact damage. These uncirculated or near mint state coins have risen in popularity among collectors. In higher grades, such as MS65, MS66, and above, their values can climb dramatically. While millions were made, very few circulated coins remain in top-tier condition today. Finding a 1988 Washington quarter with strong luster, sharp detail around Washington's hair, and the eagle's feathers, and minimal contact marks is rare, and collectors will pay a premium for those examples. In fact, some of the highest graded 1988 quarters ever sold at auction reach values in the $256,000s. According to recent market data, a 1988 quarter graded MS67, which means incredibly sharp detail and fantastic eye appeal, fetched more than $365,000 at auction. That's an extraordinary increase from a paper value of $496,000, all because of condition rarity. If circulated coins are common and uncirculated are rare, where does your coin fit in? The key is detail. A heavily worn coin with scratches and nicks will always be worth less. But one that shows minimal wear, even if technically circulated, could still command a surprising price compared to everyday pocket change. Collectors look for coins where every design line is visible and surfaces retain even a hint of original mint state luster. Let's talk money, because that's what so many coin collectors are really curious about. For most 1988 Washington quarters that you might find in pocket change or a jar at home, the value is still around face value, roughly 25 cents to a couple of dollars, especially in circulated condition. But, and this is a big but, the rare high condition examples can bring in prices that would make anyone's jaw drop. According to recent collector sales and auction records, certified coins graded by professional grading services have sold for $1.6 million. That means that if you happen to find one of these rare gems tucked away in a coin album or jar of quarters, you could be holding something far more valuable than you ever imagined. So, what should you do if you have one of these coins or a bunch of them? Some circulated coins might look ordinary, but under magnification, they reveal sharp details and minimal wear that could raise their grade and their value. Use a good quality magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to inspect Washington's hair, the eagle's feathers, and the rim lettering. These are the areas collectors scrutinize most. Second, if you think you might have a high-grade example, consider having it professionally graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. A professional grade can significantly increase a coin's market value and provide collectors and buyers with confidence in the coin's authenticity and condition. Third, store your coins properly. Air, humidity, and handling can damage surfaces and decrease value. Use coin holders, flips, or albums designed specifically for coin protection. Keep them away from moisture and oils from your fingers. Fourth, educate yourself about errors and varieties. Some coins have minting errors that make them more collectible than their standard counterparts. While rare, these error coins can sometimes fetch premiums in the collector market. Finally, network with other collectors and dealers. Join coin clubs, online forums, or local coin shows to learn more, compare notes, and discover trends. The community of coin enthusiasts is rich with knowledge and often personal stories of unexpected finds. So, is the 1988 Washington quarter dollar in circulated condition a rare coin with huge dollar value today? The honest answer is this: most circulated coins are common and worth little more than 25 cents, but a small percentage in higher grade conditions are rare and highly valued by collectors, sometimes selling for thousands of dollars. That's the beauty of coin collecting. Greatness can hide in simplicity. Something you might overlook as everyday pocket change could turn out to be a hidden treasure. Next up, the Washington quarter, $1,987 with the P mint mark. At first glance, this coin may look ordinary, even overlooked, especially when it appears in a dirty, heavily circulated condition. But behind that worn surface lies a powerful narrative of history, scarcity, collector psychology, and auction market excitement. This is a symbol of how everyday money can transform into a high-demand collectible with a value that surprises even experienced numismatists. Stay with this story, because by the end, you will understand why this 1987 P Washington quarter in dirty condition is being talked about as a rare coin today with serious dollar value in the auction market. To truly appreciate the Washington quarter dollar of 1987, we must travel back to the origins of the Washington quarter itself. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. What began as a one-year commemorative design quickly became a permanent fixture of U.S. coinage due to its popularity and strong national symbolism. Over the decades, the design evolved in subtle ways, reflecting changes in minting technology, metal composition, and economic realities. By the time we reached 1987, the United States was in a period of economic transition. Inflation from previous decades had changed how Americans viewed coins, and many people paid little attention to quarters beyond their everyday spending power. The Washington quarter at this time was struck in a copper-nickel-clad composition, with a pure copper core sandwiched between outer layers of copper-nickel alloy. This was far removed from the earlier silver quarters that collectors loved, and as a result, many 1980s quarters were dismissed as common pocket change. The Philadelphia Mint, identified by the P Mint mark, played a crucial role in producing quarters during this era. In 1987, millions of Washington quarters were struck in Philadelphia to meet everyday circulation needs. However, mintages alone do not always tell the full story. While large numbers were produced, survival rates in collectible condition and unique circumstances surrounding circulation patterns have made certain examples far more desirable than their original purpose would suggest. Over time, collectors began to re-examine these coins, especially those that showed unusual characteristics, heavy circulation, and distinctive surface changes. The Washington quarter $1,987 with the P Mint mark carries classic design elements that connect it to nearly a century of American numismatic tradition. On the obverse, we see the iconic left-facing portrait of George Washington, a design originally created by sculptor John Flanagan. Washington's dignified expression, strong jawline, and tied hair ribbon are instantly recognizable and continue to symbolize leadership, endurance, and national pride. The inscriptions, "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," frame the portrait, while the year 1987 anchors the coin firmly in its historical moment. The reverse features the heraldic eagle with outstretched wings, clutching arrows and an olive branch, representing both strength and peace. Above the eagle is the inscription, "United States of America," while "E pluribus unum" and $quarter complete the design. This reverse design, used for decades before the introduction of the state quarters program, is now seen as a classic symbol of traditional U.S. coinage. What makes the 1987 P quarter particularly fascinating is how it appears in dirty, or heavily circulated condition. Dirt, oxidation, dark toning, and surface discoloration are often dismissed as damage by casual observers, but experienced collectors know that these features can tell a powerful story. Each mark, scratch, and layer of grime represents years of circulation, human handling, and economic history. In some cases, the dirt and discoloration create unique visual patterns that cannot be replicated, turning each coin into a one-of-a-kind artifact. The P Mint mark itself is another key feature. While Philadelphia did not use mint marks for much of its early history, the inclusion of the P Mint mark on modern coins adds an important identifier for collectors. It confirms the coin's origin and places it within a specific production context. For collectors who focus on mint-specific sets or varieties, the 1987 P quarter holds a distinct position. Rarity in numismatics is not always about how many coins were originally minted. Instead, it often comes down to how many coins survive today in conditions that collectors find desirable or intriguing. The Washington quarter $1,987 with P Mint mark may have been produced in large quantities, but the number of coins that remain today with distinctive dirty, heavily circulated appearances is far smaller than many people realize. Most quarters from this era were spent, respent, and eventually lost, damaged, or removed from circulation. Many were cleaned aggressively, damaged beyond recognition, or simply discarded. Coins that survived decades of circulation and still retain clear dates, readable mint marks, and strong design elements are increasingly sought after. When these coins also display unusual toning, dark surfaces, or dirty appearances that reflect genuine circulation rather than artificial treatment, collector interest rises dramatically. Collectors today are placing new value on authenticity and originality. A dirty, circulated coin that has never been cleaned or altered tells a more honest story than a polished example that has lost its natural surfaces. This shift in collector mindset has brought renewed attention to coins like the 1987 P Washington quarter. What was once considered undesirable is now seen as evidence of real-world history. Demand is further fueled by the growing number of collectors who specialize in modern coinage, era coins, and circulation finds. These collectors appreciate the challenge of finding high-interest pieces from everyday change. As a result, The pool of serious buyers for unique 1987 P quarters continues to grow, especially when such coins appear at auction with compelling descriptions and strong visual appeal. When it comes to the auction market, perception and storytelling play a powerful role in determining value. The Washington quarter $1,987 with P mint mark in dirty condition has begun to attract surprising attention in online and live auctions. While standard circulated examples may still trade for modest amounts, certain pieces have achieved significantly higher prices due to their condition, eye appeal, and collector interest. Coins with heavy circulation, dark toning, and strong originality have been known to spark bidding wars, particularly when they are presented as rare finds or part of specialized collections. In some cases, auction results have reached $1,800, and exceptional examples with unique surface characteristics, errors, or provenance have pushed values even higher. The excitement surrounding these auctions often comes from the idea that such coins are overlooked treasures hiding in plain sight. Market value is also influenced by timing and trends. As more collectors turn their attention to modern quarters and circulation-era coins, demand increases, and prices follow. The 1987 P Washington quarter benefits from being part of a transitional era in U.S. coinage, making it especially appealing to those who want to complete date and mint mark sets or invest in underappreciated coins with growth potential. It is important to understand that value is fixed. Each coin is unique, and factors such as overall eye appeal, degree of circulation, surface originality, and auction presentation all play critical roles. What remains consistent, however, is the growing recognition that even a dirty quarter from 1987 can carry a big dollar value under the right circumstances. For collectors interested in the Washington quarter $1,987 with P mint mark, patience and knowledge are essential. The first step is learning to recognize genuine circulation versus artificial alteration. A truly circulated coin will show natural patterns of wear, consistent toning, and surface changes that align with decades of handling. Avoid coins that appear unnaturally dark or have signs of chemical treatment, as these can reduce long-term value. Storage is another crucial consideration. Even dirty coins should be stored properly to prevent further deterioration. Using non-PVC holders, coin flips, or archival quality albums can help preserve the coin's current condition while allowing collectors to appreciate its unique character. Resist the urge to clean the coin, as cleaning can permanently damage surfaces and dramatically reduce collector appeal. Networking with other collectors and staying informed about auction trends can also provide valuable insights. Watching recent sales, reading auction descriptions, and understanding what drives high prices will help collectors make smarter decisions. The 1987 P Washington quarter may not look impressive at first glance, but informed collectors know that knowledge is the key to unlocking hidden value. The Washington quarter $1,987 with P mint mark stands as a powerful reminder that rarity and value are not always obvious. In its dirty, heavily circulated condition, this coin embodies decades of American history, economic change, and evolving collector tastes. What was once dismissed as ordinary pocket change is now being reevaluated as a high-demand collectible with real auction market potential. This coin tells a story of transformation, from everyday currency to sought-after artifact. It represents the thrill of discovery that drives collectors to search through rolls, jars, and collections in hopes of finding something extraordinary. As interest in modern coinage continues to grow, the 1987 P Washington quarter is poised to remain a topic of excitement and discussion. Next up, the United States Washington quarter dollar dated 1998 with the Philadelphia P mint mark, preserved in extra fine condition. This coin represents more than everyday currency. It symbolizes a turning point in modern American numismatics, where condition, historical timing, and collector psychology combine to create serious demand. As interest in late 20th century U.S. coinage continues to grow, the 1998 P Washington quarter has entered conversations about scarcity in high grades, auction momentum, and long-term value potential. What may look like a simple quarter at first glance can, in the right condition, become a powerful asset in a modern coin collection and a fascinating subject for anyone who loves rare and valuable American coins. The Washington quarter has one of the most respected legacies in U.S. coinage. First introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, the quarter quickly became a permanent part of American currency. By 1998, the Washington quarter design was nearing the end of a long era, as the United States Mint was preparing to launch the historic 50-state quarters program in 1999. This places the 1998 P Washington quarter in a unique historical position. It represents the final full year of the classic Washington quarter design before a revolutionary change in circulating U.S. coinage. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, the 1998 quarter carries the P Mint mark, a symbol of one of the most historic mints in the world. Philadelphia has long been associated with precision, tradition, and high-quality production. Coins from this mint often attract special attention from collectors, especially when they are preserved in strong condition. The year 1998 itself holds importance because it marks the closing chapter of a familiar design that Americans had used for generations. As time passes, coins from transitional periods like this often gain added significance, and collectors increasingly seek out high-quality examples that capture the final moments of a classic era. The 1998 P Washington quarter displays the iconic portrait of George Washington on the obverse, designed by John Flanagan. Washington's profile is strong and dignified, reflecting leadership, stability, and American identity. In extra fine condition, the details of Washington's hair, facial contours, and coat remain clearly visible, with only light wear on the highest points. The inscriptions, "Liberty in God We Trust," and the date, 1998, appear crisp and readable, adding to the coin's visual appeal. On the reverse, the majestic eagle with outstretched wings stands proudly, clutching arrows and olive branches that symbolize strength and peace. The fine feather details, the sharp lettering of United States of America and quarter dollar, and the balanced composition make this design a favorite among traditionalists. The coin's copper-nickel-clad composition gives it durability, but when preserved in extra fine condition, it also offers an attractive blend of luster and mature toning that collectors appreciate. The presence of the P Mint mark confirms its Philadelphia origin, adding a layer of identity and collectability to the piece. While millions of quarters were produced in 1998, true collector demand focuses not on quantity alone, but on condition and survival quality. Extra fine condition represents a sweet spot for many collectors, far superior to heavily circulated coins, yet still accessible and authentic. Coins in this grade retain strong design detail and eye appeal, making them highly desirable for collectors building premium circulated sets. Over time, many 1998 P quarters were lost to heavy circulation, damage, or improper storage. Finding examples today that maintain sharp detail, clean surfaces, and pleasing color is becoming more challenging. As collectors increasingly recognize the importance of late 1990s Washington quarters, competition for high-quality pieces has intensified. The combination of end-of-era significance, strong mint identity, and preserved condition fuels rising demand. In the auction market, coins like this often attract multiple bidders who understand the long-term value of owning a standout example from the final chapter of a classic American design. Market value for the 1998 P Washington quarter in extra fine condition reflects both collector enthusiasm and market trends. While ordinary circulated examples may trade modestly, extra fine pieces command noticeably higher premiums due to their visual appeal and scarcity in this grade. In today's active auction environment, strong examples can achieve impressive $496,000 results, especially when certified or presented with excellent eye appeal. Collectors and investors are increasingly willing to pay premium dollar amounts for coins that represent key moments in U.S. coinage history. As awareness grows, prices continue to show upward movement, particularly for well-preserved examples. The market rewards quality, and the 1998 P Washington quarter in extra fine condition fits perfectly into this pattern. With demand rising and supply of attractive examples tightening, many enthusiasts view this coin as an undervalued opportunity with strong growth potential in the modern collectible coin market. For collectors interested in this coin, careful evaluation is essential. Always examine surface quality, detail sharpness, and overall eye appeal. Extra fine coins should show light wear only on the highest points, with clear design elements and readable inscriptions. Proper storage is equally important. Keeping the coin in a protective holder helps preserve its condition and value. Staying informed about auction trends and collector demand can also help identify the best opportunities to acquire or sell at the right time. Building relationships with reputable dealers and learning to recognize quality examples will enhance both enjoyment and long-term success in collecting. The United States Washington quarter $1,998 with the Philadelphia P Mint mark in extra fine condition stands as a powerful example of how modern coins can evolve into highly desirable collectibles. Rooted in history, rich in design, and positioned at the end of a legendary era, This coin captures the attention of collectors who understand its significance. As demand grows and high-quality examples become harder to find, its presence in the auction market continues to strengthen. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or a passionate newcomer, this quarter represents opportunity, heritage, and the enduring appeal of American coinage. Next up, the Washington quarter dollar of 1968, particularly those without a mint mark and in circulated condition, holds a special place in the hearts of collectors and numismatic enthusiasts around the world. Exploring its history, unique features, and the reasons behind its rising value in the auction market. Whether you are an experienced collector or a curious newcomer, understanding the significance of this coin can open a window into both American history and the fascinating world of coin collecting. The Washington quarter has a rich history that dates back to its initial release in 1932, marking the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by the talented sculptor John Flanagan, the coin quickly became a staple of American currency. By 1968, the quarter had undergone subtle changes, but it still carried the elegance and detail of the original design. What makes the 1968 Washington quarter without a mint mark particularly notable is its origin. It was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, and the absence of a mint mark adds a layer of intrigue for collectors who value historical authenticity. This period in U.S. coinage was significant, as the nation was still transitioning away from silver coins, with the Washington quarter maintaining its composition of 40% silver and 60% copper, a fact that adds intrinsic value beyond its numismatic appeal. When examining the features of the 1968 Washington quarter, one cannot help but be captivated by its artistry. On the obverse, the coin features a detailed portrait of George Washington, rendered with a dignified expression that has become iconic over decades. Surrounding the portrait, inscriptions like "Liberty" and the timeless phrase, "In God We Trust," remind us of the coin's deep cultural roots. The reverse showcases an eagle with outstretched wings perched on a bundle of arrows, symbolizing strength and vigilance, while olive branches beneath the eagle signify peace, a combination that reflects the dual ideals the United States sought to embody. For coins in circulated condition, wear and tear may soften some of these details, but even a well-worn 1968 quarter retains a charm and historical resonance that is hard to replicate. The rarity and condition of this coin play a crucial role in collector demand. While millions of Washington quarters were minted in 1968, those without mint marks and preserved, even in circulated condition, are increasingly sought after. Coins that exhibit minimal wear, strong strike details, and a pleasing patina often fetch higher interest among collectors and investors alike. The market has recognized that these coins serve not only as a piece of currency but as tangible links to American history, making them highly desirable in today's auctions. Collectors often search for subtle variations, such as slight differences in edge reading, toning patterns, or minor minting anomalies, all of which can elevate a coin's value substantially. In terms of current market value, a 1968 Washington quarter without a mint mark in circulated condition can attract significant attention at auction. Depending on the coin's wear, toning, and overall eye appeal, values can range from a modest premium over face value to several $374,000, especially when a coin shows exceptional characteristics or has been well preserved in a historical collection. Market trends indicate that silver quarters from this era are steadily appreciating, fueled by both collector enthusiasm and the intrinsic value of silver. Serious collectors recognize that acquiring such coins today is not just an investment in metal but also a way to secure a piece of American numismatic heritage that will only become rarer over time. For collectors seeking to enhance their collections, there are several important considerations. Always examine coins closely for signs of damage, cleaning, or alterations, as these can dramatically affect both value and collectability. Proper storage in acid-free holders or protective cases helps maintain the coin's condition and aesthetic appeal. Additionally, staying informed about auction results and market trends allows collectors to make educated decisions when buying or selling. Networking with reputable dealers, attending coin shows, and consulting specialized numismatic references can provide deeper insights into what makes each 1968 Washington quarter unique and valuable. The 1968 Washington quarter dollar without a mint mark is far more than a simple coin. It is a testament to American history, artistry, and the enduring appeal of collecting. Its circulated condition may show the passage of time, but it also carries a story that resonates with collectors and investors alike. Whether admired for its design, sought for its silver content, or treasured as a rare find in the auction market, This coin represents an opportunity to own a tangible piece of the past while participating in a vibrant and rewarding hobby. For anyone passionate about coins or the legacy of American currency, the 1968 Washington quarter without a mint mark remains a highly coveted and fascinating treasure. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of coin collecting, make sure to subscribe, press like, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Have you found a rare coin in your change? Tell me about it. I read every comment. I'll see you in the next video. Happy collecting, and thanks again for joining me today.